going, everyone? It's Corey here from the Breakevens, giving you another podcast today. Today will be my round 2 team review. Just a heads up, it did a lot better than what it did last week. We all know how chaotic round 1 was. A few injuries, which didn't help, but round 2, I managed to skip most injuries. None that means I have to trade people out, which is good so far anyway. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Let's get through the socials. So you can find us on Twitter at BreakevensPod. Trying to hit 500 followers over there. I think we're around 430, so we need 70 odd more followers on there. So if you haven't, go over to Twitter at BreakevensPod and give us a follow there. You can see all of our polls. You can interact with us, ask us any questions you might have, and we always try and reply back to everyone as much as possible. Or you can find us on YouTube at the Breakevens. Trying to hit 200 subscribers. We're at 108, so we need 92 more. So click that subscribe button. And if you aren't following us on Twitter, you can contact us in the YouTube comments. So make sure you contact us with any questions or queries or anything. Just put it down in the comments and we'll get back to you as always. So that's out of the way. Let's see how my team went in round 2. Alright, so this is how my team went. As you can see, 2,346. A lot better. Hopefully I can keep this up. It was a round 2 rank of 1,350, which was great. And as you can see there, season rank change. I've moved up 29,420 spots, and I'm now ranked 4,444. So all the 4s there. Won 7 out of the 7 leagues. Just very happy with how this went. As you can see there, my draft league is my draft team's struggling there, but we don't worry about it. That and my tips were shocking. So, but what we're going to focus on is that 2,346. So, let's see how the players actually went. All right, so this is how my team was set up for round 2. You know all about the trades I made. I did go Combin over Chandler because I wasn't 100% sure on his job security and how he would go. That seemed to bite me in the butt, but no one's gone up or down in cash, so that's a good thing. But anyway, we'll start with the defense. Sam Doherty, 73, a bit disappointing. Didn't really get into the game. I was watching the game going, he's there, he's around the ball, but it just wasn't falling to him this week. I think he's a hold. We know what he can average, what he can score. So a bit disappointing, but he did turn up last week, so it's okay. Jordan Ridley, 70. Didn't watch the Essendon game, wasn't able to. But apparently he dropped a few sitters. So, you'd think that's about 15 to 20 points there. And it seems like it was Mason Redmond's turn to score points. That's what I've been hearing. So Ridley is a keep as well. Nick Dacos, who I brought in, absolutely exceptional. Watching him play, it just shivers down your spine. I was getting goosebumps. 149. Have fun tagging him. As I said last week a couple times, I'd back him to break a tag off halfback than I would in the midfield, and Lachie Jones had no clue what to do. And Dacos just went off, so I'm really glad I got him in last week rather than this week, because now I've banked those points. Josh Goda, 55. On the chopping block this week, I did say if McKenna did well and Goda dropped another sub 60, that he would be on the chopping block, so that's a sneak peek into my trades. Ruben Ginby, 76, very happy with that. He's looking like a good rookie for us. And Charlie Constable, 67, just needs to fix that ball use. Well in the side, still scored a 67. So I'm happy with that. Should make 100k. Wilmot played a lot better with Kitty Coleman out, looking like a solid option there. And Lockie Cowan 51. Wasn't subbed this time, got the 50, so we're looking for about 100k here from Cowan. He seems to be impressing, and I don't think he's going to go anywhere. Rory Laird, 147. A lot of people traded him, and I don't know why. You know, our Premiers are allowed to have one bad game, and especially if it's round one, we could expect that from our Primos. Round one, you know, just one game to get into it. It was very hot. He came out and said that he couldn't get into the game due to the weather. Came out 147, absolutely smashed it. Marcus Bontempelli, after the first quarter, I'm there going, oh no, my VC, I'm going to have to roll into Tom Green. But after quarter time, Bont seemed to get the ball. He had a massive third quarter, so 125. I took that as the VC, so took his score. Tom Green 106. Didn't watch the game. Slow start, but worked his way into it. 106. I'm going to take that every day of the week. Will go to field 147. I'm glad I started this bloke. He scored not 99 in round one, 147. And as I said to someone on Twitter who's annoyed that people are going to jump on Setterfield, we've got his points from the first two rounds. They can't get those points back, so we're already a step ahead of everyone else. Yes, they can bring him in now, great, but they haven't got the 147. They haven't got the 99 from last week. Right, so that's 246 points that they've missed out on Setterfield. Yes, they're going to get his scores going forward and his cash gen, but they're ranked behind us because we had him in from round one. So very happy. Hopefully he keeps continuing on. Jacob Hopper, 119. He bounced back, so he is staying in my side. I was flirting with Horn Francis as a possible trade this week, but Hopper 119. He's going to stay. Horn Francis had a stinker. Had a shin issue or ankle issue. He had scans, so we'll wait and see on that. But he came on and played the rest of the game, so I think he should be fine there. Finn Callahan, 45. A little bit disappointing. For those who aren't up to date with what actually happened, he copped a big hit to the shoulder, and he went off for a while and didn't really seem to get back into the game until the last quarter, where he started to get a bit more of the ball. I guess it was just a confidence thing, but he butchered it a little bit in that last quarter. I think he's a hold. It was just purely he was a bit banged up and spent a decent amount of time on the bench. So a 45, and as it is disappointing, I don't think we can complain too much. Will Ashcroft, 105, bounced back. I can't believe people traded him. He's number one pick, 202k. We know he's a Jet. We saw it in preseason. You know, it was his first game of AFL when he dropped that 55. Just very silly decision for those who got rid of him. But I'm happy with 105. And Cam McKenzie, 52. A little bit disappointing, but they brought Connor Nash in. So he took his mid-minutes away. So McKenzie was stuck up forward. Still crunched out a 52. So hopefully a bit more mid-time next week. And we can go back to seeing those 70 pluses. Oscar Baker, 55, was a better return for us coaches, and I don't think he loses his spot because he played a solid game. Campbell Chesser subbed out on 27. That is a big worry. So obviously, I saw a thing today from Bryce Mitchell. He's going to go up 2k in the next 5 weeks if he keeps going the way he's going. So it would be a trade out, I would think. Alan Davey Jr., 45. Happy with that. Looks good. Looks to have that job security. We'll take the 45s, but then we'll take the 60s, 70s when he gets on the scoreboard a bit more. Very happy with that. Wits 108, not the big game from Wits that we were expecting. He started off on fire at the first half of the first quarter, but then slowed down, but crawled his way to 108. So very happy. A lot of people will be jumping on Darcy Cameron this week, if they had gone. So I'm a bit annoyed that I didn't start Darcy Cameron, but I can't complain with Wits. And then we go on with Marshall 129, bounce back. Again, people who traded him just I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Josh Dunkley bounced back with 117. Much better game. It could have been a little bit more, but he faded out towards the end, especially after the lights went out. I'm not sure if he got a touch there or not, but 117, that's more what we're used to. Connor Rosie, 92 for a second. I thought he was going to go down for a concussion test. He copped an accidental knee. Still salvaged 92. His CBAs were down because of that injury, so he played a bit more forward. I expect him next week to get those CBAs back up. And also Boak came in and played 26% CBAs. Is that because Rosie played a bit more forward? We're not sure, but again, 92, we're going to hold him. Tim Taranto, 95, could have been easily 120, 130, but as we know, he's an absolute butcher. But he's looking good, so I'm going to, as most people should, going to keep Taranto there. Errol Goulden, the Goulden child, 107. If he keeps popping out these scores, he's an absolute keeper. Very happy. There was a few frees against late, which bumped down his score a little bit, but very happy. Jack Zeeble, someone who I brought in, 123. Very happy with that. I made the right decision there, going Cunnington down, which helped me bank that cash to get Dacos in. So 123, very happy. He's looking the goods. And Harry the Sheezel, 114 again. He's going to go up 100k this week. It looks like if he keeps going the way he's going. So very happy with that. Fergus Green, 49. I'll take that on the bench. Not quite 150k, but we could see an 80 to 100k boost there. And Charlie Comben, 12. Not great. It seems if he doesn't play in the ruck, he's not going to have that score potential. So, not quite happy with that. So I'll be looking to trade him out possibly. Which, yes, I've wasted a trade there, but not much I can do. So that's how my team went. So let's move on to what my trades are going to be, or what I'm looking at. Alright, so what am I going to do? The first one is Josh Gota. Oh, it moved on me. Hopefully that didn't get rid of Doherty for me, because that's going to be annoying. Alright, so yep, Josh Gota here. As I said earlier, he's going to go to none other than Connor McKenna. Banks me a little bit of cash. But if I check his break even, negative 76, so he's going to bank me a lot more cash going forward. So that trade has to be made. He's scoring a lot better. He's actually pushing forward and having shots on goal, which is good. And he looks to be best 22 there, definitely. So that's going to be my first trade. My second trade, if we move to the forward line, it's between Comben and Green. I brought Comben in last week, so it makes me want to bring in to trade Fergus Green, but Green's at least scoring consistently. So Comben's average is only 47 because he scored 80 last week because Cherry went down. So it's actually going to be Comben out for Cade Chandler. who has a negative 94 break even, so he's going to make a lot of cash. He looks to have a good role, good job security. It'll be hard to drop him with Cosy Pickett coming back in the next couple of weeks. And Stephen May was a late out, so Tomlinson did come in, but you also have Judd McVie there. So I think if May's back, if Tomlinson goes out, you've got Judd McVie there to come out for Pickett. So I think Chandler's job security is pretty good, and he's playing good footy at the moment. So he's going to come in there. Very happy. Now, my only worry is I've already used one boost, as you can see here. And I'm looking at Campbell Chesser. And I'm going, he's not going to make me any cash. He's probably going to be dropped this week. And I was looking for replacements for him. Yeah, let me click boost here. Let's activate. So, Chesser here. I'm looking and I'm looking. And there's really only one person that I can get for him. That's his teammate, and in Noah Long. When this loads here, Noah Long, 117 mid forward, negative 59 break even, so he's going to make some cash. Unfortunately, I'm a bit off of getting Mateus Philippou, which is probably who I'd prefer over Hollands as well, and Uland. I miss out on Bytel just, which he looked very, he's looking very good. Will Phillips, no, didn't even play. Judd McVie, Harry Roaston, no. So, unless I go Toby McLean, but his scoring output hasn't been great. So, I'm looking at Noah Long. I think Chesser's kept Noah Long in the side. I'm not sure who's supposed to be coming back soon for West Coast, but I think Long's playing good football. So he's gone to 62, and I think he scored 64 in round one. What does it say? 63 in round one. Sorry, my math there was terrible. My only worry is, yes, I'm using a second boost, so I only have 3 left. But going forward, looking at the team, so I'm just going to click complete trades for now. So go to McKenna, Combin, Chandler, Chesser to Noah Long, which makes me 40,100. Alright, so this looking at my team here, using the second boost, I'm pretty happy with how this team is. I feel like I've got the right people in the right places. I like my structure. I've got the right rookies. So I'm pretty happy. The only thing is I've used 2 boosts, which isn't ideal. And it leaves me with 30 trades. So I'm probably 1 or 2 trades behind everyone else, which isn't great. But also there's people who I've had to miss out on. So Luke Davies-Uniacke, I'd have to trade Tom Green for him, and you're just chasing early points there. They're both great value, so it's just, you know, I'm going to have Green, others are going to have Davies-Uniacke, so I'm going to just have to cop that on the chin, but I'm happy where I'm at with Green. Darcy Cameron is another one that people are going to jump on, and he's a lot cheaper. And unfortunately, it doesn't work for me. I'd have to go a Goulden or a Witts or a Marshall down, and that just doesn't make sense to me. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to miss out on him. And I think that's all that I'm worried about. Let me go down to the traded out here. Um, English, I'm happy with Wits. I know English will probably go down injured soon. Brennan Cox and Luke Ryan, they're scoring well at the moment, and they're going to make money. But at this stage, I prefer Doherty, Ridley, and Dacos. Um, so I'm not going to make any reactionary trades there. I know Luke Ryan can. He is prone to dropping a low score. So I'm going to stick with the guys that I have, the system I have. And now I just need to stop trading. So hopefully there isn't any injuries that comes in, and I can just hold on this team for 3-4 weeks and then start upgrading, my Hoppers, my Callahans, start upgrading them to people. Zeeble and Sheasel, they're looking like keepers at the moment, so I might have a forward line there that are all keepers. I don't think Sheasel will hold up, unfortunately, but he's playing very, very good football. Zeeble could be a keeper, so I'm looking at 5 primo forwards already. Ginby, McKenna, Constable, Wilmot, Cowan are all going to make money for me. Setterfield is a keep. Hopper, someone I could trade up in a few weeks. Callahan will be someone looking to trade up. And then it all focuses on Ashcroft and Mackenzie when I can get them up. So looking at this, I'm potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 primos away from being happy. So going off that, I only need 5 more primos by the I think around 11. I'm looking to get 5 primos in, so I think that's very doable with the players I have. So I'm very happy. As a VC and C, I haven't really looked at that yet. The tough one is GWS play Saturday afternoon. So I'm going to have to lock in a VC in these first 2 games here. So maybe a Dacos against Richmond or a Bont against Brisbane, or a Dunkley against the Dogs. So that's what I'll be looking at. Captain wise, I can't go Doherty. Well, actually, I can go Doherty, but I'm probably not going to. Ridley versus Saints. The Saints leaking points in their opponent's defence. So that could be one there. Rory Laird looking good, especially against Port. As we've just seen, they can't tag. And no one else in the other 2 look good. So I'm probably looking at a Bont or Dunkley into a Laird this week. Is probably the safe bet, or a Dacos into Laird. So that's what I'm looking at doing this week. Alright, so that's what I'm looking to do going into round 3. What are your thoughts? Am I doing the right thing by using a second boost just to make sure I have the right rookies? What do you think of my team? Let me know in the comments section below or on Twitter. I'm pretty happy with how my team's shaping. And I'm hoping to continue on this form and be able to leave my team alone for a few weeks, but we know Supercoach is a crazy game. So thank you all for watching and listening. Don't forget, you can hit us up on Twitter at BreakeVensPod. Again, trying to hit 500 followers on there. So hit that follow button, and on YouTube we're on the road to 200. So hit that subscribe button and keep up with all of our content. Again, thank you all for watching and listening on Apple Podcasts and on YouTube. And until next time, it's bye for now.